Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Perisno 0.6. Now, when we left off, we had talked to many of the vassals of the Valahir clan in hopes of attaining a wife, or at least the location of one. And one of you has mentioned in the comments about how I could go about that. Now, we have ascertained that the only way for us to gain a wife is to hopefully increase the relation of their brother or maybe even their father. So what I will be doing is, a little bit later off screen, I will be heading to Valahir clan lands once again, and I will be talking to many of the peoples around there and making sure that I know who is related to Lady Ella, and I will hopefully be able to earn the brother or the father's trust and increase his relation exponentially, and then we will be able to hopefully get Lady Ella out into the open for us to talk to her, finally enough. So, thank you very much for that comment, by the way. That shed a lot of light on a very dark situation indeed. So, here we are. We have now returned to Perisno, and we have a huge band of slave rebels in front of us right here. And just before I started recording, I leveled up a couple of our slaves and Elvery scouts. So I think we are now ready to be heading in here. Now, they do have quite a few Machiavellian units, which I think will probably be going into our garrison here, because even though we may not lose many units, I don't really want to worry about the morale difficulties, which we may indeed have anyway, because as you see here, we do have a Myrmidon and a Black Knight from the Machiavellian faction. Now, just before we head on, I would like to check and make sure that we are not at war with them anymore. Now, it appears that we are not actually at war with the Machiavellians anymore, so I'm not entirely sure why we're having issues with that. Well, let's take a look at our morale, shall we? Actually, party size. There we are. So, it's actually not going too badly in terms of party size, but party morale, how is that doing? Machiavellian, okay, so that has -2, and of course that has -17, but yeah, it really shouldn't make any difference. I think the party size is the majority thing that is affecting us at the moment, but nevertheless, I will be heading in versus these slave rebels, and hopefully being able to rescue quite a few of their units. However, I do have a full party, so these slave rebels will have to take out quite a few of our units to make it, well, to make space, I should say. So, let us head over here, get our archers in a reasonable position, and then we will get our infantry to protect them as best they can. So, let's get our cavalry to follow us, and we will attempt a more advanced maneuver than we are used to, as I am pretty sure most of these units that we are going to be fighting are not on horses, and we may have the advantage in that case. Yes, it appears so. I am a little bit afraid of those gladiators, however, and we may indeed take quite a bit of damage from them, but maybe our bowmen will be able to weaken most of them before we have any issues to engage them. So, oh my. This is a little bit unfortunate, I must admit. There are a lot of them, and some of them have spears, so I'm not entirely pleased with that. Now, one of you did state that I should probably try to get a Mace of Amber. I'm hopefully right about that name, but yes, hopefully I am, and if I am, then I am hopefully going to be able to find just that, but of course, not entirely sure where to find it, so maybe I will be checking the nearby town's marketplace, and we will hopefully be able to find it, because you stated that it will enable us to take a lot more prisoners, and goodness knows that is a very good idea, because that will increase our money situation rather considerably. As you know, we do have a problem with that at the moment. Only 3,300 wages we are currently actually needing to pay the next week, and we only have 6,600, so another 2 weeks, I think. Yes, another 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, and we will be out of money. So that will not be too good, I must admit. And our archers are way too far back for them to be at all effective, so hopefully we can get them in here, doing quite a bit of damage. I'm actually not doing too badly, although I have taken a huge amount of damage so far, which I suppose would constitute as doing rather badly, but nevertheless, we will hopefully gain quite a bit of experience for most of our units that require levels, and by that I of course mean our Perisno pilgrims, our slaves, and it appears that many of our Perisno clerics are being taken out by trained slaves, which is rather disappointing, I must admit. They should not be taken out by slaves. How dare you? Well, nevertheless, we should be okay to attain victory here, thank goodness. I was actually dreading losing, because as you can see here, we've lost 13 units to death, and I'm just thankful that none of our divine aethelings were taken out. So let's try our crossbow a little bit here, and maybe... no, okay. Well, I was hoping for a kill there, but yes, it appears that my horse has become lame, as I noticed when we first entered the battle. He was a little bit slower than usual, so hopefully once we have unequipped him, he will be able to rejuvenate his previous strength, with the help of our wound treatment skill, of course, and then we will be able to use him once again. So I'm hoping that we actually have a horse that I can use that is not lame. So let's have a look here. 16 renown and 27 morale. Wow, that's actually really surprising. I was not expecting rewards such as that, but yes, there we are. Very nice indeed. We did lose one of the Black Knights and 2 Illican Knights as well. 4 Illican Rangers. Ouch. Well, that's... yeah, quite considerable for rangers. We don't really have too many of those, so that's why I'm slightly disappointed right there. And it appears we are actually fighting them once again. I'm not entirely sure why, but yes, it appears that they do want to fight us, and I think this time around I will be dismounting. So let's make sure that we get our archers in a good position. Hopefully we can take these guys out faster and more effectively than we had previously fought their brethren in the previous bout, of course. And we'll see how we do in this one. Now, our infantry is going to be a little more useless here, I think, because, as you know, the slaves do not have shields by the looks of things. And, yeah, they are, let's just say, without armor and everything else, so I'm not entirely pleased with fighting these fellows. I did want to go toe-to-toe with the gladiators and the trained slaves, because they have armor, and they are much more... I suppose, deadly? But these slaves, no, definitely not. So, yes, it appears that I actually have no cavalry either. So, perhaps most of my cavalry was taken out in the previous encounter, which is unfortunate, to say the least. But, yes, there we are. Nevertheless, we will let one of the slaves escape. I was not really wanting to take too many of them down, but... yes, my units are very effective, as you can probably see, and he is about to retreat. And there we are, he has successfully retreated, and we will be able to now level up and take a look at the loot that we have acquired. 2 morale is very, very nice to see, and we will now be taking this Freelancer Knight, and a couple of Machiavellian heavy crossbowmen, because goodness knows we do need some ranged units. Now, I will be taking peasant women, because I always like to take those whenever I can. They do level up into something rather nice, I believe. Yes, I hope so, at least. And we'll take some slaves and veteran slaves as prisoners. And I really don't want to take these mounted marksmen, but I think it's probably the greatest idea I have at the moment, so we'll take them. That will be fine. And now we will take a little piece of loot right here, and then head on. Okay, so I will be heading into Freysing, and let's just make sure that we're not missing out on anything here. Ah, okay, some pieces of food right here, so we definitely want to check that out in just a moment. And make sure I don't sell anything that is rather good, shall we? Yes, that would be a catastrophe, and I think that is fine. It seems okay, does it? I hope so. Yes, there we are. Okay, so I'm really just going for the most space that I can at the moment, because I have a feeling that we are going to need the most loot that we can currently get. And now, I will be taking a look for that mace of amber. Is it a mace of amber? Oh my goodness, I am terrible with my memory. I actually just looked at the comment, and yeah, lo and behold, I have already forgotten. But nevertheless, we cannot see any kind of mace here that does blunt damage, so we will have to look elsewhere. And maybe one of the Machiavellian towns may have it. So I think we might want to check there. There is a blunt weapon there, but it does incredibly low damage in comparison to what we have at the moment. So I'm thinking we will head on to one of the Machiavellian towns before I go to try and do a few tasks for a brother or father, and we'll see what they hold within. So let's just make sure that the Machiavellians are not at war with us. I'm pretty sure they are not anymore. It appears not, because otherwise that fellow would be running after us, right? I hope so. Oh, no. Yes, it appears that they are not. Okay, thank goodness. That is fine. So let's head in here, and we will take a look. Ooh, I actually thought that was it for a second, but unfortunately that is not the case. And anything else? It does not appear so. However, a couple of axes that are rather tempting, I must admit. Now, that is actually pretty good. Does blunt damage. Alright. So, yes, as I said before, we will now be heading over to the Valahir clan lands, and I will hopefully be able to find the relatives of Lady Ella. Okay, so I have made my way to Alnar Castle, where we last saw the location of Lady Ella, and it appears that this fellow right here is her father. Now, as you can see, we do have one relation with him at the moment, because I selected this option here, and I agreed with his choice of who should get it, and that was, I believe, Aethling Regier, who I believe is his brother-in-law, or his brother, and so I gained one relation with him for that. So, when I went to ask him about tasks, he says, I don't have a job for you right now, but your companion... Oh, it appears that now he is actually giving us a task. Okay, well, he actually said beforehand, oh, I have some minor errands to run, but nothing that would suit a vassal of the realm, and so forth. So it appears that this time around we will be giving him Shijin, and that increases our relation with him by 1 yet again. I have a feeling that this is going to be a grueling task to win the hand of Lady Ella in marriage, perhaps, but we do not even know whether she will be very welcoming to our advances anyway, so maybe this will not work. But nevertheless, 2 relation is pretty nice, and this is his wife and her mother as well. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether I can do any tasks for her. I do not believe so, but maybe I can ask? No. Okay, well, unfortunate. But, yes, okay. That appears to be all I can do, unfortunately. So, yes, I will be heading back to nearby Freysing, and maybe we will go for some sort of siege, or maybe attack a vassal from the Reich faction. So, I will see you there. Okay, so I think we have taken a little bit of a detour here, but I was requested to join the campaign with our Marshal Aethling Regier, as you can see here. So I think we will be doing this small task for him, and then we will be heading on to do our own thing. Now, we do need to scout Rossenburg, Reichberg, and Unterheide. Yes, do forgive me. And we will now increase our relation rather considerably with him. Thank you very much. And we will then take a look at Rossenburg first. Where is that? I believe that is probably going to be... Yes, there it is. Oh, okay, so they are very, very close to each other. That is good for us. So let us try to rush there as quickly as we can so that we are not going to run out of time, because, as we know, these particular tasks are very quick to expire. Baron Friedel is actually right in front of us here. I would like to fight him, but that may take a little bit too much time. But, oh, glory-seeking men, there we are, we scouted that, very nice. And now let's head on to the next one, and the Hakon Empire has declared war against Drahara, so we may need to watch out for any kind of encounters with them. And now let's just scout this. Oh, wow, that's actually not too well defended, I must admit, so maybe that would be an idea, who knows. Now, Baron Friedel is currently moving towards our previous location, so let us hope that we can actually find the location of our Marshal to give him the news that we have scouted the various fiefs. And, oh, yes, there he is. Oh, wait, is that him? Oh, no, that's actually not him. That is the father of Lady Ella, I believe. Yes, it appears so. Okay, well, I will not be asking him for Shijin back, because, of course, I don't think it has been a week just yet. Now, let's see here. I want to know the location of Aethling Regier. Okay, Nelag Castle. Alright. Well, that's over there, isn't it? Okay, so he's gone in that direction. We need to rush over there as quickly as we can. And who is he currently following? Okay. Very strange. Okay, well, there he is. We will speak to him. King Ingveld is with him as well. And there we are. We have now increased our relation with him by 1 once again. A simple task, sir. Yes, there we are. Okay, so hopefully these fellows will go off to do a siege and we will be able to follow them. But for now, I will be cutting away until they decide what they are going to do. Okay, so as you can see here, we have headed to Reichberg and they have begun the siege. So we will be heading in here and helping them out. So I believe they do have a huge amount of garrisoned units here. I believe over 400, and it is now snowing. So we will hopefully have good luck in that regard, but nevertheless I think we may indeed take quite a few losses here, but thankfully we do have the king with us, as well as our marshal, so I am not too worried, or at the very least I hope that we will not lose too many valuable units, because of course I have my, well, let's just say some of my most powerful units with us right here, and I would appreciate it if we wouldn't take too many losses. So, let us now bring our nearby soldiers out from the ladder there. Hopefully that mercenary stalker will follow me. Yes, there we are, thank you very much. And then we will set them in a hold position right there as well. So, let me get my crossbow out, and we will try to do a little bit of accuracy here. And yes, doing accuracy is not necessarily something I am necessarily good at, but we will attempt it nevertheless. Let's do it. Come on. Come on, scout. Oh no. I really need much more crossbow proficiency to be any good at this. Maybe I can... I'm really not seeing where the bolt is going because of the snow. Yes, I'll just blame it on the snow. That would be the way to do it. But never mind, we have now been granted access to the castle itself, and we will be charging in there with the rest of our units. And I think we'll go first person for the majority of this, at least until we require third person. Now, oh, no, I don't want the archers to follow us. Oh my, hopefully the archers will not be... Ah, yes, I've forgotten to change the hearses from archers to infantry, and no! Really? I actually got pushed off by that fellow over there. Are you serious? Okay, you are going down. Yeah, there we are. Take that, headshot. Oh, yes. And another one. Okay, I did a little bit of damage to this fellow, but he shot me and I lost my balance, and then I fell off and everyone was laughing at me and I was embarrassed. No. Well, yes, that was not too good. But, we will now try to just head in here. I think we're probably just going to charge everyone in. This is the problem, you see. I always forget to change the tags on the hearses. Not entirely sure why they are still archers, but we will attempt to change them after the fact. And it appears that we are outnumbered, which is a little unfortunate, I must admit. Well, what can we do at the moment? I think I can just get out my crossbow and try to pick off a few of them from inside and get blocked by their very sturdy shields by the looks of things. And that fellow was Neo from the Matrix right there. He dodged my crossbow bolt as soon as I fired it off right there. Oh my goodness. Way too good. I'm actually thinking, should I just charge our archers because they are not really killing anything at the moment? Or maybe what we want to do is retreat. Should I retreat? No, because the AI will not retreat. I was thinking of using the same tactic that we used to take Freysing, but maybe that will not be eligible here, unfortunately. Yes, it appears we will have to fight tooth and nail to gain entrance to the town. Oh no. It is not looking good at the moment, I must admit. However, I'm getting quite a bit of crossbow proficiency, which I suppose is a good point. But other than that, we are not having the greatest of luck. Oh, apart from that headshot right there. Very good. Maybe I can shoot over a shield. Oh my goodness, really? I didn't know you could actually do that. Okay, well, there we are. It seemed as though the AI was only capable of shooting over shields, but it appears that you can actually do that yourself as well, which I was, of course, not aware of. But, yes, there we are. Very nice indeed to know that now. So, let's have a look here. We are actually not doing too badly, but as you can see, our archers have now run out of arrows, or at least some of them have. And I will be charging most of them in. Hopefully we will be able to support our infantry rather well. And Slighter has actually gained a kill. Well, that's very rare indeed, isn't it? Okay. Well, and then he was taken out, of course. But, oh, it appears one of our units has breached the walls and now died. So that is not necessarily too good, but let us hope that we will be able to push in there ever so slightly. We will be able to push in, and then we will be able to take the fight to the units inside, although, as you can probably see at the moment, we are not having the greatest of luck in terms of our casualties. Or actually, it's not too bad. Huh. It appears that maybe I was exaggerating the casualties too much. Okay. Well, that's usually what I do. And in actual fact, we haven't lost that many, but as you see here, we have lost 6 of our own units and 11 of, actually 7 now, but 7 of our own units and quite a few allied units as well. And it appears we are now breaching the walls. Yes, this is very nice indeed. Okay, so what I want to do really is jump down here, but it's probably not going to be very advisable for my HP. So let us fight as best we can. Come on, take them down, scout. Oh no! Oh my... Okay. Well... Wow. That was impressive. I got taken out by one of the, well, let's just say average level units. That is rather disappointing, I must admit. Well, we are going to be retreating, or at least I am going to be retreating, because I do want to fight in this battle, and if possible, I would like to be able to upgrade some of our units and then maybe head back in there when we are able. So let's just level up more of these fellows here, and then we will be waiting here for some time. Now, I don't believe we can at the moment. Request a meeting with the commander? Maybe we can speak to him, and yes, nothing's going to happen there, I don't think. Okay, well, I will be heading back to Frey Sing and hopefully be able to scout. Oh my, we're actually losing 850 each week? Wow, okay. I was not aware of that. Okay. It appears that I will need to rest up and not lose any more units to morale issues, that is for sure. So we will be heading on to Slez Castle and hopefully being able to initiate the beginnings of a siege. Okay, so before I let you know of the news that has currently befallen us, I will be leveling Slighter up before we head on. So, let us level up his strength. Thank goodness we have finally been able to gain 15 in strength for him. And now, let us see what we're going to go for. I believe this is probably going to be a very easy result, and that is to, of course, level up his power strike once more. And indeed, I think now that we have reached 15 in strength for him, I will be leveling up his agility a little bit more, and in turn, maybe getting him some more weapon master, because as you can see, we have 30 weapon points here that we have not been able to spend. So, now, we currently have Yerbe Castle that is under siege by Baron Matthias, I believe, so we will be heading over there and hopefully being able to defend against him. Now, there are 79 units here, that's probably not enough, but let's just see what they do. Aha, oh my. Okay, so I believe that is Kaiser Otto IV, and this is going to be a rather difficult siege. Huh. Well, I was actually not expecting something so large to occur, but it appears we only have 207 troops fit for battle against the enemy's 360. Okay, well, this is going to be rather difficult, but we will see, and we will do our best. Now, they do have a siege tower, so this is going to work in our favor, because we do have a huge amount of archers, or at least I can hope so, and oh my, yes, I remember now. Some units do appear on the roof here, so we may have a few issues. Now, one thing I must say is that the fellows from the Valahir clan that were sieging Reichberg were defeated in battle. So I suppose if I did actually stay there, we would have had a very bad time of it indeed. So thankfully enough, I was able to, of course, retreat from that because I got taken out. But yes, enough about that. But we are thankful that we were not engaged with them so that we didn't get taken prisoner, potentially. So yeah, that's alright. And now we just have to wait for the enemy's units to move the siege tower closer and to hopefully have our archers do a serious amount of damage to them. As you can see, we do have some over there, which is rather nice. I do like the castle layout for this type of siege because it is, well, I suppose in favor of the defender, is it? Slightly. Not incredibly, but Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing how the AI can cope with our efforts here. It actually appears that many of the units outside the walls here do have very heavy armor on indeed, so we may have quite a few issues. As you can see over there, that fellow with the hundreds of arrows sticking in his shield is going to definitely be something to be a little more wary of than most of them. But yes, we will soon see how he copes with the ferocity of our Valahir Huskarls and our Dragoneers, I suppose, as well as the Herseers, which I have now retagged as infantry. So thankfully that will be very nice. They will stop spawning with the archers, and we will see them in combat a lot more, I hope. So, before we actually engage the enemy units in combat, we are going to take a look at how many we've taken out so far. Only 39 of them. Okay, I think I probably would have appreciated a little more than that before they start assailing the siege tower, but it appears that we are not going to have such a luxury, and oh, that was close. I almost fell through the gap there. That would have been rather catastrophic. Come on, let's take them down. Oh my, he has a huge axe, and hopefully I'm going to be able to defend against it. And now, who is that fellow with the huge... Oh my, he's coming. There he is. The guy with the horned helmet. I believe that is probably going to be Kaiser Otto himself, or maybe one of the other vassals. I'm hoping that he has taken a serious amount of damage so that I really do not have to deal with him too much. But it appears we are rather lucky enough to have a huge amount of infantry units, and some of the best infantry in the game, as far as I'm aware, thanks to you in the comments. So hopefully that will be the case in this siege here, and we'll be able to defend Yerbe Castle from an overwhelming onslaught by Kaiser Otto and his vassals. Oh my, who is that fellow though? I need to know who that fellow in the hat is over there. Is that a Dragonair? Maybe it's a Dragonair. Because I believe... Oh no, there's one still here. I'm not entirely sure who it is. I believe it actually is a Dragonair. Okay, so it is not a vassal or the king himself, but who would have known it? They are... Okay. They are incredibly difficult, as you can see. I just took 44 damage from one of them. And if they have many more of those, we are going to be in very deep trouble right there. So as you see, they have one currently slaughtering many of our units. And are there any more? It appears not, but they are slicing their way through our initial defenses like a knife through butter, very easily indeed. And oh my, look at them! There's a huge amount of these Dragonair type units, and I am not entirely confident now that we are going to be able to defend against such an onslaught. Oh wow. Okay, this may indeed be our first failure in terms of siege defense in Perisno 0.6, which is very disappointing, but oh, maybe not. We have acquired some reinforcements, and hopefully they will be strong enough to be able to fight these Dragonair units. They are so powerful that they are able to take me out in 2 hits, which is, I suppose, not a difficult feat to accomplish, but they are rather damaging, to say the least. And I believe we have now been overrun, so this is where I do the cinematic zoom out and indeed retreat from this battle, I believe. Shall we? Not entirely sure just yet. We are going to be losing a huge amount of units, and indeed our Holy Crusader was taken down. No! I cannot believe that. Well, we have received more reinforcements, but I believe we're probably going to be completely outmatched here, even though we took down 150... Actually, 161 of the enemy's units, and we were still unable to pull off our defense here. But we do have a huge amount of archers. These archers are not the highest level they could be, which I suppose is part of the reason why we may have had more difficulties than we would have liked. But it appears that I am going to be retreating. Yes, I do not want to lose... Oh. It appears that we are going to have to join the battle, but this is not something that I really want to do. Negotiate? Oh no! 12,400 dinars. Really? I don't have that much! How dare you! Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I think considering we all know where this is going, I am going to be cutting away, and I will see what I can do when it comes to defending this castle. As you see, they do need to move the siege tower to the walls again, so I do not want to take up your time with that, so I will see you soon. Okay, so thankfully enough, which is rather strange indeed, we were able to beat them back. Now, the only thing that I was able to do, and which was incredible, was I continually retreated and attacked, and so forth. And in terms of doing that, I was able to command our archers enough that our archers would be able to take out many of their forces, and I believe they had around 50 left, and as you can see here, I only have... how many is it? Not many. I don't know, maybe around 30? So I think maybe when they reached the 50 threshold, they decided, oh no, we cannot head in here once again. So it appears that these fellows are probably going to be heading in just a moment once again, because as you can see, Kaiser Otto has rejuvenated quite a few of his units, 15 in fact I believe, and they also have Baron Hendrik heading over here. But for now, I will be ending this episode off here, and I suppose I can really assume that this is going to be taken in the next episode. So I will be progressing the time off screen. I will probably leave it to be taken because, of course, we do have Freysing as our home base, or at least I hope it is our home base, and we will move from there, I suppose. So I thank you for watching our incredible, valiant effort to hopefully be able to defend the Abbey Castle, but unfortunately it was not enough versus the brutal might of Kaiser Otto. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.